Hey everybody, today I have Legend of Camelot. It's a pretty cool looking game. It's an old game. It was created by Hull. Same people make the card games and stuff. Hull. Pretty cool. It's Legend of Camelot. You can see the box art right there. Very beautiful box art. Let's turn it around to the 4 players, which is pretty cool. You can see copyright 1987. The game's as old as me. It's got all kinds of cool pieces. It says, in the days of old, when knights were bold, King Arthur returned from the Crusades to find that villainous men had crowned themselves kings and divided his once peaceful realm into warring kingdoms. As one of Arthur's knights, you have been commanded to overcome these rogues and unite all his subjects once and again. Use your forces and cunning and luck to make allies. Capture your enemies, win the day, and be honored as a knight of the Round Table. So it's cool because you got like all these little cool miniatures. You got dragons, dragon slayers, boats, bridges, knights. Got your own little castles with drawbridges that actually open. It's really cool. Relive the legend of Camelot by commanding a valiant force of knights, ships, mighty catapults, a dragon and dragon slayer. Lay siege on your opponent's castle while you defend your kingdom from invading forces. Number 7907, made by Hull Products. I wonder if Hull made any other card games. Any other board games besides card games. Anyways, really cool. This is a really cool game. I found it for like $10 at what'd you call those? Like a yard sale type deal where you have like multiple yard sales going on. As you can see, it has literally this huge board, man. It's a huge board. And these different spaces are where the castles go for the 4 different players. You got the rivers, which, see, you'll have to put bridges down. You got like temporary bridges pieces you can build. You'll have to put a bridge. You have the drawbridge, which is cool, and you'll have to actually put a regular bridge down. See, like these bridges, like you put them like down like that, or something, or like that maybe. I think you put them there. And then of course you have the cool castle. Look at this castle. This castle is just sweet. Anyway, you got a cool castle that's just like super awesome, and the drawbridges actually work somewhat. They work somewhat, but it's cool, and it's got all kinds of other cool pieces. It has 4 factions: purple, blue, red, and yellow. Each faction has a castle like I showed you. Comes with 3 die. But what's amazing is these little bitty pieces. Like it's really cool because you have ships. Like each faction has like 4 ships. It's real cool. You have a drawbridge so you can scale your enemies' castles. That's kind of cool. You have a temporary bridge. That you can lay down once somewhere so you can cross rivers, which is cool. But it's a permanent bridge. You have these catapults. like 4 catapults, which are really cool. You have these flags, which you're supposed to put on your castles, but they don't seem to stay. It's like the holes aren't big enough to fit. So you could glue them on the castle, but then you couldn't shut them in the box or something. So there's got to be some kind of thing to do. It's pretty cool. So basically, it's capture the castle is basically it. Then these are like cool pieces. Is you got like this dragon slayer, and you got like this dragon, which is real cool. And you got all these little knight guys. There's the front and back of the knights, if you can see those. So those are real cool. You got like 8 of those. And that's your force. And you can put your forces anywhere around your castle. And it's pretty simple. Basically, you go around and you attack each other. Here's a reference card, which tells you what your knights, dragons, dragon slayer ship, and catapult can do. How they can move, how many spaces they can move, who they can capture. Which basically, it's kind of like chess when it comes to capturing. All you have to do is land on the enemy to capture them. And the dice are for movement. Like if it says move 3, that means how many dice you roll to move. I would have like a dice battle for the capturing, just so that you could, have a little more thematic effect to it. But that's not really what it says. But, it would be cooler to have a dice battle. And winner, higher roll wins. That would be cool. Also, only certain pieces can capture other certain pieces, which is interesting. Like catapults, they have to shoot at. I had a little problem with the idea that once you captured the castle, it eliminated all your enemies. I don't think that should work. That's what it says in the rules, is all the enemies that are still on the board are eliminated if you capture the castle, because it seemed like it was real easy to capture the castle when I read the rules of how you're supposed to capture the castle. It seemed too easy to capture the castle, in my opinion. All you had to do was either storm it, shoot it twice, or shoot it once, knock the drawbridge down, and then all you had to do is get a man in. Or you could use the scaler to scale the castle, and all you had to do is get one man in, and that would capture the castle. I don't see how that works. It seems to me like it would require a lot more for that than one man to capture the castle. That's just my opinion, though. It's like two shots and your castle captured, or one man gets inside the castle and the castle is gone. And you eliminate the castle from the board, which I don't see the necessary of doing that, because, Anyway, here's the rules. If y'all can see those, and you can pause them, screenshot. I think if you want a more advanced game, it's done and designed simple for, the kids and stuff to play. But if you wanted a more advanced game, you could make the different pieces. You can make it where every piece can capture other pieces, but different pieces have different values. Like the lowest soldier has a 1. Like in Axis and Allies, where certain people have to get defeated first. That kind of deal. You could make it like everybody can capture everybody, but certain people get more dice, and it's the highest die wins kind of deal, or you can make it highest number dies wins, or you can make it kind of like Risk or something, maybe with Tekken, or you could make it the game has amazing pieces, which the amazing pieces make it where the amazing pieces in this game actually make it where you could customize this game to make it even better. The rules are really designed simple, but the board it's an amazing giant board, and the pieces are like super awesome. And the rules are super simple that they're just demanding making additional house rules so that you can make the game longer or more strategic or more advanced for everybody else playing. It seems like they make certain pieces too strong or too powerful or too weak. It just seems that way. Like the idea of a dice battle to decide whether you won the capturing or not, and the idea that maybe each piece, since there's like 5 different pieces, have different values, and that way they can go after anybody. Like maybe one infantry, or well, it's not infantry, one single knight can't go up against a dragon by himself. That wouldn't be very wise, but maybe, if like a group of them went up against him. In this game, the only people that can kill a dragon, I think, are see here it says knights can move. They can. The movement shows you how many, and like certain things they can't do. Like it looks like dragon can't move over water, but dragons can fly, so they should be allowed to move over water, right? Or dragons are big enough to swim, so I don't see why they wouldn't be able to move over water. Stuff like that. The ship are only allowed to shoot at other catapults, castles, and ships. I don't see why catapults and ships wouldn't be allowed to shoot at troops. That makes no sense to me. I don't see why a ship wouldn't be able to attack, like an amphibious assault, wouldn't be able to attack a land-based unit right next to it. That makes no sense. Or a land-based unit right next to it being able to attack the ship. It makes no sense to me. I see how ships can attack ships. I also don't see why there's not a way for a knight or something to board a ship and then use that for a way to travel, like in Axis and Allies they can do, and in other certain games. I don't see why a dragon wouldn't be able to fly and then attack a ship or swim and attack a ship. That's something I don't understand. Dragon Slayer, he's like the worst thing of all time because Dragon Slayer can only capture another dragon. I don't see why he wouldn't be given the same abilities as a knight too. There's just certain things that I would change to make characters more powerful and more better, stronger in the game. So basically, the game is begging to be customized and all that. It's got the pieces there. The only I have a small thing. I'm surprised it had all the pieces. Usually when you buy used games, they don't have all the pieces. This one actually did. I do have a little small problem though. My problem is I always think they don't never have enough pieces. And once a piece is removed from the board, there's no way to buy the piece back. So once it's killed and eliminated, there's no way to buy the piece back. So it's begging for a way to have a tax system where you could gain certain amount of points for the more land you occupy or control in your kingdom. It's demanding something of that nature so that you could make gold, so that you could buy new ships and new dragons and new of that nature, but it comes with a limited amount of pieces. So I've never seen this game before. I've heard of Shadows over Camelot, and I've heard of some other games with the name Camelot or with the name King Arthur in them. But I've never seen this game. And this game, because of the lack of pieces, I need at least 2 to 3 times more of the pieces so that I can implement a more... implement some of these rules and implement some of these house rules, and I need to be able to I mean the board's big enough, but if you had like at least 2 copies, you could implement a way to create a build a castle, you know, build a bridge, build one of the actual bridges, you know, those kind of things. The board, I believe, is big enough to be allowed to do that. I don't see a problem. Maybe 2 boards. If you have 2 boards, you really have a big enough board. But I think this board's big enough to hold 2 games, but it needs at least 3 times the pieces so you can buy more pieces, buy new units. It needs some kind of division area where it divides the different lands on the map into areas that are worth, you know, points of some sort. So I would need another copy just to customize the map with the new areas. And basically I'd be making like a medieval, which they did a pretty good job at Risk Europe. Risk Europe, I did a video of it, unboxing it. It did an actual pretty good job at making a medieval style Axis and Allies. But this game is begging to be changed to make a medieval style Axis and Allies type game. Kind of like that antiquity one, ancient one, the Conquest in Europe, I think is one that does a pretty good job. And it's I have it and I can't think of the name of it right now, but it's set in Rome, at Roman times, where it's not Alexander the Great, but Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great. It's set. They're like Conquest in Europe's real good. It's like the American Civil War, and there's another one that's like Shogun. It does real good. It's a good game. Shogun's a good game. But basically, this game has everything you need if you had 2 copies, at least 2 copies. 3 copies would be ideal. But the problem is, I found this game for $10. Then I looked it up on eBay. I looked it up on the internet, right? And the thing's selling for like over $100. Well, the cheapest you could find it is like $50 or something, right? So I'm like, man, one game is awesome, but to implement everything you need, you would need like at least 2 to 3 copies. And I'm like, man, it costs a lot of money to be able to do that, because I guess the card game company, didn't make a whole lot of board games or something. Anyway, that's like my thoughts, and overlook and overview everything of what the game is. I have never seen this game. The first time I saw this game was at that thing. They had some other games I wanted to get, and he wanted $10 a game. I checked every game to look and make sure that the pieces were there. Everything was in good shape. I just didn't have enough money to buy them all. I would have bought them all. Seriously. But instead of being able to buy them all, I got the one I've never heard of, never seen any videos about, haven't seen any reviews on, didn't know existed. The Holes card game people that make card games on the cover this game had me at the box art. I mean, it seriously had me at the box art. Then when I opened it and looked through it and saw the components, I was like, oh, I just had to get this one. If I wasn't able to get any, if I was only able to get one, this was the one I had to get. So I got it, and I've had it for a while now, because that was like 3 weeks ago, I think, when I went to that sale. I just have not been able to get around to making a video of it yet. Because I wanted to make this game that I never had, I wanted to make it like a special. And I was going to try to hold off to 500 subscribers to do this game, but that didn't work out yet. I thought I would get 500 subscribers a little faster. I'm at like 485, I think, or something, so I only need 15 more. And I was hoping this would be a 500 subscriber special, but I guess it's a pre-500 subscriber special. Because I kind of lacked I was trying to bring you something that hardly anybody's seen before, I guess. It's a cool game. I mean, playing it by the actual rules seems simple and easy. It's still probably going to have a lot of strategy involved. But it's just one of those games that it's like, we made it simple. We did amazing work on the components. We did it 35 years ago game. We made it for kids, and they just don't do stuff like this as good anymore with board games. Like, they used to make them like super great and way better. Now they just don't make them so good. If they do, they're cost an arm and 2 legs, it seems like, and they're designed for adults. It's not like they make kids games. This is a kids game that an adult would be like, "What you playing, kids?" And they'd be like, "That looks cool. I'm going to join in and play it." And it's simple enough that you could probably play a game in 30 minutes or less because it's so simple. But it's just that simplicity, and the opponent and the components with it are just making it like demand that someone go, "This is awesome. It needs more. Let me add my own special to it." It's just that kind of game that's demanding that. It's one of those games that just demands that it's like, I need more. It's like, yes. It's pretty cool though. I like it. It caught my eye. If this right here does not catch your eye, I don't know what's wrong with you. Because this caught my eye as soon as I saw, like, the words Camelot. That was like, and then I saw this art, and it's like, boom! Look at that amazing art. They don't even really attempt that anymore on making board games. They do not even attempt to make amazing art like that on board game boxes that much anymore. This is like, makes me want to know who this artist was that they hired or where they found this artwork from. It's just great. It's sweet. It's like two factions are about to go fight each other on the open field. It's amazing. It's just awesome art. And then when I opened it and saw the components and the quality of the components, now there are a few problems with it, like the flags not wanting to fit in the castle stands. Yeah. And there's a little bit of problems with the rules where it's too easy, just too simple. But all in all, it's pretty darn good. I mean, for 30 years, it's this. You would think that it's a little flimsy, that if you really wanted to squeeze it, you could break it, but it's still pretty strong. The figures, I've seen little miniature figures that were smaller than those, or as small as those, and they broke way easier. The quality of these are actually really good. It's good sturdy plastic and all that. I mean, the drawbridges don't seem to work that good anymore, but they probably worked 30-something years ago. Just saying, why it's not working is probably because of age. Anyway, have a great day. Remember, God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Keep on gaming. Keep on collecting. Game on. Collect on. Night on. Camelot on. Comment down below your favorite member of the round table. Comment down below what you think about this amazing game. Remember, Jesus is God. Jesus is King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And our home is in the future Camelot, the heavenly Camelot, the heavenly kingdom. And I hope you just seriously enjoyed this game. Jesus is God, Jesus is Lord, Jesus is King of Kings, Jesus is ruler of everything. God is good all the time God is good. And have a great day. And may the best night win. And may the forces of evil override the forces of darkness, and the kingdom of Camelot be united. The kingdom of Camelot be united under the reign of King Arthur and his merry men and knights of the Round Table. Even though the box isn't round, the box is rectangle. Maybe it's the Knights of the Square Table, or the Knights of the Rectangle Table, or some kind of knights. Maybe Knights of the Triangle Table, or Knights of the Pentagon Table, or Octagon Table, or Hexagon Table, or some kind of gon table. Anyway, now I'm just being silly. Have a great day. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great day, everybody. Game on! Fight on! Swords on! Even Jesus is pro-sword. He said in the Bible, before he went to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray, he told all his disciples, he said, and if Jesus is pro-sword, what is the current equivalent and what is the modern day equivalent of the sword? A gun. Jesus said that if you don't have a sword, to go sell your cloak and buy one. So Jesus is pro to a Second Amendment of the Constitution. Jesus is more libertarian than Republican or Democrat. I just got to throw that one out there. Anyway, Jesus is cool. Jesus is God. Jesus is Lord. Jesus is King. And what y'all do Thanksgiving? And hope y'all ain't out Black Friday shopping like crazy and getting in fights and attacking people and trying to get that deal of a steal, and where it's going to end up almost killing you or someone. Comment down below what y'all do in today on this Black Friday. Or comment down below what you do in yesterday on Thanksgiving and how your Thanksgiving was. And more videos coming soon. Same great channel. Same great board gamer. Different great things. And Jeffrey Scarborough's Board Games and Geek Things. Laters.